Hello Key Stage 2, welcome back for another Forest School lesson. This week, as you know, we will be doing our wildlife quiz. Big thank you to everybody who sent me their questions. Some people forgot to send their answers though, so I haven't been able to use your questions. But the questions I do have are amazing. So we are going to start our quiz. I'm going to read the question. I will give you multiple answers and you can choose one. And then I will give you the correct answer. You don't need to write anything down. You can just play along. If you've got any grown-ups that are just sitting around watching the news, drinking some tea, maybe get them involved to see if your knowledge is better than theirs. So we're going to start with some general wildlife knowledge. The first question is, what is the fastest land animal? Is it A, a cheetah, B, an elephant, or C, a kangaroo? And the answer is A, a cheetah. Next question. How many grown-ups lying in a row can a kangaroo jump over? And is it A, 1, B, 4, or C, 10? And the answer is B, it is 4 adults. That's a very long jump. Next question. How many neck bones does a giraffe have? Is it A, 2, B, 7, or C, 12? The answer is B, it is 7 neck bones. It has the same number of neck bones as a human. They are just much bigger because giraffes have very, very big, long necks. The next question is, how many hearts does an octopus have? Is it A, 1 heart, B, 3 hearts, or C, 8 hearts? And the answer is B, it has 3 hearts. So that was just to get you warmed up. Hope you learned a little bit there. And we're now going to move on to birds. Okay, so our first bird-related question. How many times can a woodpecker tap a tree in 1 second? Is it A, 4 times? Is it B, 12 times? Or is it C, 20 times? And the answer is C, 20 times. The next question. How many eggs does a blue tit lay in 1 clutch? Is it A, 2 to 6 eggs? Is it B, 5 to 9 eggs? Or is it C, 10 to 13 eggs? And the answer is C, 10 to 13 eggs. Our next question. Where do feral parakeets come from? Do they come from A, Africa and India? Do they come from B, Australia? Or do they come from C, America and Mexico? And the answer is A, they come from Africa and India. The next question, parakeet related again. What colour are feral parakeets? Are they A, red? Are they B, blue? Are they C, pink? Or are they D, green? Many of you have seen parakeets on your walks, I'm sure you have. And the answer is D, they are green. The next question, again parakeet related. How many feral parakeets are in London? Is it A, less than 1,000? Is it B, 8,000? Is it C, 20,000? Or is it D, more than 30,000? And the answer is D. There are more than 30,000 parakeets in London at the moment. And there'll only be more. Another bird-related question. On average, how long can a robin live for? And loads of you will have seen robins at our forest school. They used to come and land on me all the time to eat our biscuits. Is it going to be A, 2 years, B, 10 years, or C, 17 years? And the answer is C, 17 years. Next question. How long does it take for a robin's egg to hatch? Is it A, 12 to 14 days? Is it B, 30 to 35 days? Or is it C, 40 to 50 days? And the answer is A. It takes 12 to 14 days for a robin's egg to hatch. Next question. How old is a robin when it is ready to learn how to fly? Is it A, 7 days? Is it B, 10 to 15 days? Or is it C, 20 to 25 days? And the answer is B. It is 10 to 15 days old when it's ready to learn to fly. Next question. On average, how tall is an adult robin? Is it A, 12 to 14 centimetres? Is it B, 15 to 20 centimetres? Or is it C, 21 to 26 centimetres? The answer is A. It is 12 to 14 centimetres tall. My next bird question. Are pheasants native to Britain? That's just going to be a yes or no answer. Are they native to Britain? Native meaning, do they originate from here or have they come from somewhere else? And the answer is no, they are not native to Britain. They are native to Asia. Next question. What is the average lifespan of a pheasant? Is it A, 11 to 18 years? Or is it B, 20 to 23 years? The answer is A. It is 11 to 18 years. Next question. How many wild pheasants are in Britain? Is it A, 1.5 million? Is it B, 4 million? Or is it C, 5 to 6 million? The answer is B. There are 4 million wild pheasants in Britain. And we are going to move on to our next topic, which is trees. Our first tree question. What are the leaves on a pine tree called? Are they A, pins? Are they B, needles? Or are they C, cones? And the answer is B, they're called needles. Our next question. What type of tree is a pine tree? Is it A, evergreen? Or is it B, deciduous? And the answer is A, it is an evergreen. It does not lose any of its leaves. Next question. What name is given to a tree that produces cones? Is it A, an oak? B, an elm? Or C, a conifer? And the answer is C, it's a conifer. And our next section will be on squirrels. Our first squirrel question. What do grey squirrels use to keep themselves warm in winter? Do they use A, a blanket, or B, their bushy tails? And the answer is B, their bushy tails. Next question. Do squirrels hibernate over the winter months? And the answer will be yes or no. You decide. The answer is no, they do not hibernate, but they do become less active due to the cold weather. Next question. Which disease are grey squirrels immune to but is fatal to the red squirrels? Is it A, squirrel pox, B, mad squirrel disease, or C, squirrelitis? And the answer is A, squirrel pox. Next question. Which body part of the grey squirrel is double jointed? Is it A, the head, B, the tail, C, the bottom, or D, the ankle? And the answer is D, the ankle. Our next section of questions will be on spiders. Our first spider question. Roughly how many species of spider are there in the world? Is it A, less than 10,000, B, 36,000, or C, more than 45,000? And the answer is C, more than 45,000. Wow, that's a lot of spiders. Next question. What does a tarantula do with its hairs when it's annoyed? Does it A, flick them at their enemy? Does it B, lick them? Or C, rub them against a tree or a rock? The answer is A, the spider flicks them at their enemy. Next question. How big is a Samoan moss spider? Is it A, 0.28 millimetres? Is it B, 2.54 millimetres? Or C, 6.35 millimetres? And the answer is A, it is only 0.28 millimetres. That's so tiny. Next question. How old was the oldest living spider ever recorded? Is it A, 28? Is it B, 31? Or is it C, 43? And the answer is C. It was 43 years old, an Australian trapdoor spider, before it was killed by a wasp. And our last spider question. What is the world's largest spider? Is it A, the Australian funnel web? Is it B, a black widow? Or is it C, the Goliath bird hunter tarantula? And the answer is C, it's a Goliath bird eater tarantula. I'm not even sure I said that right in the first place. And the body is 12 centimetres long with a leg span of 28 centimetres. That's about as long as one of your rulers that you use at school. It's a very big spider. Our next section we'll be moving on to will be all about holly bushes. Our first holly bush related question. What colour are holly berries? Are they A, black? Are they B, green? C, purple? Or D, red? And the answer is D, they are indeed red. Next question. Do holly bushes lose their leaves in autumn? Yes or no? And the answer is no, they do not. They are an evergreen bush. They keep their leaves all throughout the year. Next question. At what time of year do people bring holly into their homes? Is it A, Christmas, B, Easter, or C, Halloween? And the answer is A, Christmas. Next question. What is the hard part found in the middle of a holly berry called? Is it A, a seed? Is it B, a pebble? Or is it C, a stone? And the answer is C, it is a stone. Last question for holly bushes. Is holly a key food plant for caterpillars of insects? Is it yes or is it no? And the answer is yes, it is. And our next section will be badgers. Our first badger question. What is the average weight for a badger? Is it A, 9 to 11 kilograms? Is it B, 11 to 14 kilograms? Or is it C, 14 to 17 kilograms? And the answer is A, it is 9 to 11 kilograms. Next question. What is the fastest speed they can run for a short period of time? Is it A, 9 miles an hour? Is it B, 19 miles an hour? Or is it C, 29 miles an hour? And the answer is B, it is 19 miles an hour. I certainly wouldn't want that badger running after me. Last question, how long can they grow up to in body length? Is it A, 50 centimetres? Or is it B, 80 centimetres? Or C, 100 centimetres? And the answer is C, 100 centimetres. And I certainly don't want 100 centimetres worth of badger running at me at 19 miles an hour. Our next section of our quiz is on fungus. Our first question is a picture-related question. I'm going to show you a picture at the end of this question and you need to decide what it is called. And your options are A, jelly ear fungus, B, kidney fungus, or C, autumn leaf fungus. Okay, now you've seen the picture, we'll go through the answers again. Is it a jelly ear fungus, a kidney fungus, or an autumn leaf fungus? And the answer is A, it is called a jelly ear fungus. Our next question. Jelly ear fungus can expand depending on which of the following? A, the amount of water in the wood that the fungus is on, or B, the temperature of the air, or C, how many people have seen it? And the answer is A, the amount of water in the wood that the fungus is growing on depends on how much the fungus will expand. And our next section is on foxes. Our first fox question. On average, how long does a red fox live for? Is it A, 2 to 5 years, B, 5 to 7 years, or C, 7 to 9 years? And the answer is A, fox will live between 2 and 5 years. Our next question, what name is given to a baby fox? Is it A, a cub or a pup? Is it B, a hatchling or a fledgling? Or is it C, ant and deck? And the answer is A, they are called cubs or pups. Well, we've now come to the end of our quiz. And I do hope that you enjoyed it. And I hope that you learned something from it. And I really am very thankful for all of the wonderful research and amazing questions that you have sent in. So I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I really look forward to sending you another video for next week's Forest School. See you later.